Hello there, Internet. Mogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. I am in a little bit of a hurry recording this. I'm not going to spoil anything, but you'll understand when you watch the end of this video, as I am going to record this intro after I recorded the actual gameplay, right? But I'm going to showcase off a Esper deck. Basically, in today's video, I'm going to have a bit of a ranking session, as I tried to, my objective was basically to reach the top 100 of the Mythic ranked ladder. And I wanted to do so with this deck list right here, since I did reach the diamond rank with an Esper control list a few weeks ago, actually. I wanted to do the same and kind of set up an objective for myself, ranking-wise, right? And give you guys a bit of a try-hard video in which I tried to obtain a high rank, and that is the top 100 in the best of one ranked Mythic ladder, and I would be utilizing this deck right here. So I already recorded the gameplay prior, because I did this a little bit differently, and you'll understand why I'm in a rush, like I said at the end of the video. But basically, this is an Esper control list. So it changes quite a bit from my prior list, as the list that I ran before was more of a Demir deck with white splash. Well, this one is more like Azorius with black splash instead. We focus more on white rather than black in this particular deck because we want to be able to handle mono red aggro better. We have 4 copies of Revitalize alongside 4 copies of Absorb. So instead of Discovery, Dispersal, and Sinister Sabotage, we're running a Thinning card and a Counterspell that both gain us 3 life. And that is huge against mono red aggro. I've won most of my games against mono red aggro with this deck because of these cards alone. And they really make a difference, honestly. We have the Thoughty Rager package, which is why I love this card, and that's why I opt to play Esper instead of Jeskai, and because, you know, I'm a little bit of a hipster wannabe, and I like playing Chromium as well. We have Chemist's Insight for card draw, Teferi, everybody's favorite and most balanced Planeswalker, alongside 2 Eldritch Reborns, which is like the second reason why I love running Esper instead of Jeskai in a control variant, and then 1 copy of Syncopate alongside 2 Negates, 1 Search for Scanta, and Cleansing Nova to board wipe, alongside Warrant Warden, which is the card that I can highlight from the Ravnica Allegiance set alongside Absorb in this particular deck. This card is really good. It slows down aggressive and mid-range decks, and you can also disrupt their pace completely by sending a unit that they don't want to top deck. Like, this is really good against the Steamkin against mono red because it takes away all the counters and gives them a very poor top deck in many scenarios. And also really good against, for example, the Wall Growth Walker against Golgari mid-range because, again, you take away its counters and you give them a pretty poor top deck as well. And in scenarios in which you don't need to use it defensively, you can just generate a 4/4 blue Sphinx creature token with flying and vigilance, which can help you finish off the game. We utilize a lot of times Warden alongside obviously Chromium to put an end to a match after we've done stabilizing, because that's what this deck does. It focuses a lot on stabilizing, shutting your opponent down, outvaluing them, and then Chromiuming them for the kill. And that is basically the deck list right there. And I'm going to showcase off as I try to climb from the top 300 to the top 100 of the Mythic ranked ladder. And hopefully you guys enjoy this sort of video, as it's a little bit different since I'm more focused on my actual rank climb, which is something that I generally don't really care too much for. But I want to show that side of me as well, as I take things a little bit seriously. And yeah, I hope you guys will appreciate it and enjoy it. And I gotta go. I'm in a hurry. So yeah, love ya. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the games. Alright, here we go. We are in position number 299 on the Mythic ranked ladder. And we're going to push, because, you know, I went to start at the top 300 in this video, basically. But it can be rough, because, you know, best of one ranked ladder, if you get mana screwed, you're pretty done, because no opponent at this level is going to, you know, let you bypass that. But, yeah, we are, or not get punished for that. But this is, like, this would be a fine hand if my entire land source would be, like, check lands, like all of them enter the board tapped as of right now, which is a little bit underwhelming. I'm still gonna keep this though, because I'm not guaranteed drawing into something better, and at least I know that I'll be able to curve out. And I am just, okay, which one is harder to get going actually? It's more likely for me to draw into an island or a plains. No, this is the one that we should play. Yeah, because it's the least likely for me to like draw another source of basically. It's more likely I'll draw into an island, right? So I may as well drop the Isolated Chapel right there. Gotta try to make no mistakes here. Alright, we have double negate, but unfortunately we are like... Not only are we going second, but all of our lands are entering the board tapped, so we are in a bit of a predicament here. And we miss out. I cry every time. We miss out on a Thought Erasure there on curve because of this. So it's like we are kind of like one turn behind every time. So things could change here. I'm gonna go for the Thought Erasure. See if I can it goes through. If not, I'll trade it with a counter spell. Sucks trading that with the Spell Pierce though. And we're gonna drop the Hallowed Fountain. Now the rest of my lands will enter the board untapped. So from this point onwards, I'll be able to, you know, play my lands like a normal person, which is fantastic. Alright. We are obviously not going to do anything. We're going to call it a turn here. We're going to try to cast Chemist's Insight at the end of his turn. Unless he plays something that warrants us to counter it. Like, for example, a Crackling Drake, which we will definitely attempt to counter here. Though he could have a Spell Pierce. But he already used that one, so we counter that one pretty well. We're going to drop this down again. And we could play a Warden, because we know he can't counter this. The question is that better than, I mean, yeah, I like this play. We know he can't counter it, so we're going to get a 4/4 flyer that at the very least can trade with one of his Drakes. Or eat a Lava Coil to the face. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play this. Untap, I'm going to pay the life so that I can combine a negate with a Chemist's Insight on the same turn. Our opponent has 4 cards. Obviously, we are scared of Niv Mizzet, but he does not have him in hand, apparently. We need to search for Eldest Reborn. Eldest Reborn is very, very useful in this matchup. We're going to go with the Chemist's Insight to draw here. And I need that Eldest Reborn. I need to stop drawing so many lands. Is it lagging again? Are you serious? This is what it was lagging earlier. All right, we're going to drop this tapped because we still have the same combo enabled with the 6 mana in Chemist's Insight and Negate. So we know we don't need to pay any extra life to play the Hallowed Fountain there. So we're going to make use of this turn that we're going to set up 7 mana. We're going to set that up there. Alright, and at the end of his turn, we are going to go for the card draw again. And we are going to discard Set of the Wreckage. As we have a Cleansing Nova anyways. And there's our boy Teferi. Our boys Teferi. Everybody's favorite Planeswalker. Let's go. We can counter that. Well, unless he has a counter to that counter. But he doesn't. And we do Teferi things.
Keep up the pace.
Gotta keep up the pace. Up the generosity. And we are gonna untap these two. Alrighty. No answer to Crackling Drake for us, unfortunately. But we do have Cleansing Nova. I mean, no answer. What I mean, okay, now we have a fantastic answer.
Let's skip to the good part.
And because he played that now, he didn't have that before. I mean, we don't even have to gamble here. We can just go for the Thought Erasure. Take a look at his hand, and then follow it up with an Eldest Reborn and get going. Oh ho 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 ho. Send it to the graveyard to have it enabled through Jumpstart. Yeah. GG. That was clutch. That Thought Erasure there was clutch. Oh my god. I mean, we have Teferi to answer that anyways, right? But still, this guarantees our win here. Dive Down will not protect us from removal because we're not targeting it. And if he has any sort of like card draw or whatever, we can just counter it with Negate. We have Teferi and Eldest Reborn on board. We will be stealing his Niv in a couple of turns. So this is pretty much checkmate. This is why I love Esper Control, because you get to combine these two crazy 5-drop plays, and you just get to make your opponent cry like this. And we got another one just in case. We force him to, I love Eldest Reborn. It's just so powerful. We get this going here. We are going to keep drawing cards, doing our nasty shit. you know, the fairy stuff. Don't mind him. And we are gonna call that a. Well, we could draw here. There's no reason not to draw here. We can discard a land because we're bound to draw another one anyways. And we can also play a warden. Why not? So we can still counter spell with our negate. We have no other play anyway, so we may as well put pressure and pretty much win the game. Because we still big boy Nev. This is. I have never seen so much power.
No time for a break.
Too much power. GG. I think our opponent realizes it's pretty much over at this point. I wonder if I'll actually kill him this turn. We'll see. We'll find out. We're getting there. All right. Oh my god. This is pretty disgusting, naturally. Yeah, there we go. Pretty dreamy game for us as we go up 50 points and we're at the top 250 after just completely massacring some Isaac Drakes right there. Let's go for another one. This deck is very fine-tuned for burn. I'm gonna do like the intro after I record this, so I'll probably have explained that when I say it, but yeah, this deck is very fine-tuned against burn, aggro, so we have a lot of like we have 4 revitalizes and 4 absorbs, so we do generally pretty good against mono red aggro, though, you know, crazy curves can be crazy curves. We're gonna keep this open in hand because we have all 3 sources of Esper colors available to us in our lands here. And we have a potential turn 2 Thought Erasure, which is just fantastic. Some counter spells on curve. This hand is quite dreamy, honestly. Pretty good regardless of the matchup. As I was saying, like when you climb at this level in best of 1, mana screw can be absolutely devastating. I think you have to mulligan a little bit aggressively. Like for example, with this deck, I don't really see. There's a few scenarios in which I want to keep 2 lands in my opening hand, right? Like I need at least 3 lands to go with. Because if you miss 1 land drop, there's like not a single opponent you face at this level that would, like I said, not punish you for that. And it's pretty game losing to a certain degree. We're going to drop the Isolated Chapel here, and we're going to Thought Erasure him. We're going to take a look at his hand and see what he's all about. All right, so we want to take out the J-Light Ranger here. We don't really need Revitalize. Because you can curve out into J-Light Ranger with the Merfolk, with the Land of our Elves. So you're going to play the Merfolk Branchwalker instead. You're going to draw another land. And the rest of his hand seems pretty slow. And we got another one. Do we commit this one? I don't think we do. These don't warrant, I'd rather keep my counterspell enabled. So I'm going to drop, I'm going to take a bit of damage there. But it's fine. It's not like I'm being overly pressured here. There's another land. I want to actually warrant this. Because that'll slow him down significantly. That'll slow him down. Because like, the fact that he's going to top deck, that is fantastic for us. We could go for the Thought Erasure now. We're still taking quite a bit of damage here, though. But there's 2 cards in his hand that we don't know what they are. So we may as well. Okay, so it's all lands. Chemist's Insight. We're gonna send to the graveyard because we can proc it, and I don't see myself trying to go for 2 of them. We can just drop the Godless Shrine because we know he's gonna draw a Land of our Elves. Like I said, he's pretty slowed down, but there is a board that I have not dealt with, and I have to respect that. He's gonna be dealing damage to me like at a decent pace at this point. We're gonna drop this and we're gonna call it a turn. We're gonna hope that he plays something so we can actually gain some health with Absorb. He's just gonna attack here. We have 3 Settled Wreckage and 2 Cleansing Novas. And at the end of this turn, we're gonna go for the Chemist's Insight. We're gonna discard Syncopate, keep the 2 Absorbs here, and we're gonna draw into 2 Warrant Wardens. And there is our Nova. Alright. We are wide open this turn, though. So if he has like a Vivian Raid, that would suck. But it seems like he doesn't. Which is fantastic for us. As we have a Warrant here. I will counter that. I see no reason as to why I shouldn't. If he had something, we would have played it earlier. This Warrant, this card is really good because now I know what he's gonna draw, and he's had enough. Denied. Almost top 200. There we go. There we go. 2 wins in a row right there. Fuck yeah. Warrant is really good because you can target creatures that your opponent doesn't want to top deck, and it's so effective at slowing down your opponent. It's a really good card for Esper control. Definitely one of the key additions to this new deck. Okay. Tryhard episode, chapter 3. As we have a pretty decent hand as well. We have a Godless Shrine to lead off with, and then we can drop Drowned Catacomb and Chapel, and both of these will be checked by this shock land right here. We have Thought Erasure and Search for Scanta. This would only be perfect if I was going first. But I'm not. I cry every time, and it seems we may be facing mono red. Or no. Or not. I'm gonna drop the Drowned Catacomb here. I would like to Thought Erasure or Search for Scanta. Thought Erasure. If I want to trade this with yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, double Lava Coil, a bunch of stuff. Okay, we're gonna take out this Chart of Course, hinder his draws. We're gonna keep that there. And now we don't have to worry about our negate being, or sorry, our Search for Scanta being countered. He has a bunch of removal, which means that he's significantly slower against us, and we're going to lead up with our Search for Scanta, which will improve our draws every turn. This is key for us. He's going to go for the Opt. But things are looking pretty good for us as of now, because a good portion of his hand is rather useless as of now. And getting that Scanta early is super key. I'm going to keep that there because I need that second source of blue mana. And now we have Chemist's Insight enabled and our counter spells as well. That can be annoying. That could be significantly annoying. But then again, we have a Cleansing Nova, so that's fine. I'd rather draw. It's a pretty good addition to the deck. Alright, 2 in the graveyard. I'll send it to the graveyard. I could Cleansing Nova this. But as of right now, his Adapt cost 6 mana. So we're not in danger just yet. Hit there, it's fine. He's trying to enable the Adapt from this to convert it into a 5/5. And There you are. And that means our Cleansing Nova is absolutely beautiful here. So playing conservative was key. We are going to be using Chemist's Insight, because it's harder to proc. And I'll be taking out a Chapel, because I'm pretty sure I'll draw more lands at this stage. There we go. We'll send that to the graveyard. We have 4 cards there. And now we go boom boom. Dive down won't save him. Attaboy. And we'll drop this tapped. Call that a turn. That's why I love Thought Erasure, and that's why I love Esper Control, and there we go. Top 200 now, officially. Nice. Just a bit more of a push. And we can make it to top 100. That's what I want to do. I want to make it to top 100. Then I'll be happy. I don't know. I like setting a goal for myself, and I want to showcase it off in a video. And I like playing Esper Control. Yeah, we run Teferi. I know Teferi's pretty disgusting, but we run a bunch of cool stuff as well, and I really enjoy this archetype. And this is a pretty decent hand. Again, a Search for Scanta in my opening hand. Not as good as the last one, though, because no Thought Erasures. And Thought Erasure, I think, was the MVP of the last game. Like, knowing what my opponent had just made my decision-making very, very clear. And every single one of our check lands here is enabled by this Watery Grave, so we lead off with it. And we go on our way. But we see that mountain. There it is. No turn 1 monkey, though. Happy to not see the monkey turn 1. We're going to go for the Search for Scanta here. Gotta continue with that push, man. I really want that top 100. Okay, so this hand is decent enough. We have a Thought Erasure. We have 3 lands, which is the minimum that I want to take. Though against mono red, it can be a bit slow because we have a lot of shock lands. Actually, all of our cards are shock lands, which makes our turns significantly slower. Though our opponent does not have a turn 1 monkey, which definitely helps. Okay, so this is not... Alright. It's not mono red. Which is good to know. I'm gonna then take the damage from one of these shocked lands here. And I'm gonna drop a Thought Erasure on him. Take a look at his hand and see if we can disrupt it. And we indeed can. We're gonna take down that Enigma Drake. And we're gonna keep that land in the top of our deck as well, because we need to make sure that we can curve out properly. Thought Erasure is super key in this matchup. Alright, there's a draw. And we're gonna Thought Erasure him again. Take away the counter spell. Drop that down. And we're going to drop down our shock land here as we have no 1 mana play. And we are going to attempt to curve out into Teferi here. We denied the Drake. We denied the Sinister Sabotage. We have good information on his hand. We're going to drop this. And next turn is when we start going big. We have a negate now, in case he has something that we would want to negate. I think that's worth negating, honestly. This way we guarantee that the odds of him being able to counter our Teferi are close to minimum. And we get going. Ease inside, boys.
Sorry I'm late.
In this matchup, negate is more of a disruptor. There's not like... negate is mainly for that and for counter spells.
Hey, that was
okay. He's gonna hit Teferi.
I won't let you. Well, you know what? I'm not done yet.
Somebody does not like the fairy. Double shock onto him. He's top decking, boys. He's top decking. And we're just here being degenerates. We gotta play it chill though. We gotta be patient. We are gonna enable the Chemist's Insight here. He's just top decking lands. That is perfect for us. Thought Erasure is the MVP in a matchup like this, man. Thought Erasure is so good. Just completely slowed him down. Denied him the Drake and denied the counter spell. And that's pretty much GG, yeah.
Hurry.
That's pretty much over. We drop the chapel here. And we enable Chromium. I think once our opponent sees Chromium, it's going to be, you know, the forfeit from him if it doesn't happen now. But Chromium just puts, you know, because we could endlessly be playing Teferi here, but Chromium helps us seal the deal, capitalize on the scenario, and just put an end to this game.
Hold that thought.
Thought Erasure just adds a little bit of insult to injury. If you want to take a look at his hand. And just take out the dive down right there. Drop that down. And call it a turn. Enable our absorb. Well, to be fair, I could have gone for the card draw there. I mean, I still have it enabled now. It doesn't really make a difference. And there we go. Top 200, boys. We're aiming for that top 100. We've been at it for a bit. I don't know exactly how I'll edit this. But this is what? Like, ever since I started recording, this is my 4th game. Alright. Gotta get that top 100. I don't know why. It's just because I told myself you should get top 100. Put it in the title of your video. And I gotta do it, god fucking damn it. Like, I fucking have to do it. Because I'm going to Brazil in like a couple of days and I need to get this done. I'm not gonna wuss out of this. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. We're gonna drop that there. It's a bit land heavy of a hand. And we're facing Teferi Nexus, it seems. Going first is very key in this because, yeah, 100% Teferi Nexus. Because denying the search for Scanta is extremely important here. What I can do is I can potentially cleansing Nova it before it procs. That's what I'm going to try to aim to do. Because like I said, this sort of archetype, God, it is super dangerous. I've beaten most of them that I faced before. I should probably be running one copy of Field of Ruin for this matchup. Because Escanta really does get out of hand. We're going to drop the Drowned Catacomb here, and we are going to pass. And I'm legit going to try to Nova that. Some variants run counters, others don't. It seems like he's a bit mana screwed here. At the end of his turn, I'm going to go for the Chemist's Insight. I'm going to draw 2 cards. How viable is it for us? We're going to drop this, we don't mind. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. Because I would like to wait on my Cleansing Nova a little bit. Because it is my only shot at destroying this. So, can I wait 2 turns? I have 8 cards in hand. I don't want to have this. The odds of him being able to counter this are extremely low. And our opponent gets mana screwed. I'll take that win. You know, after I've lost a lot of Mana Screw games earlier today when I was trying this deck out. So I'll take that. It sucks for my opponent, but I'll take it. What I was thinking about there was my Cleansing Nova was a little bit like it can also destroy the Wilderness Reclamation, so I don't necessarily want to rush it. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's good enough. This is mono red. This is a matchup. We faced the mono red earlier. We lost because double Experimental Frenzy, and we got really unlucky not finding a Cleansing Nova, which would have won us the game. Like, really unfortunate stuff. I could go for the Thought Erasure here. Yeah, instead of Revitalize. Revitalize can wait. Okay, so what's the most important thing to take out here? Runaway Steamkin we can deal with. Skewer the critics. And get rid of that land, as we have more than enough at this point. Because we're going second, our counterspell is a little bit less efficient. But he's gonna be able to shock us here. We're taking a huge hit. We can absorb, or we can revitalize, but absorb is a little bit more efficient. And now we have Settle the Wreckage enabled. So I want to get Absorb in there just to gain a little bit of momentum health-wise. And we can go for this now. There we go. That is huge. Getting rid of those two things is huge. We managed to stabilize. We still have more health gain with Revitalize. That's why I've teched all this stuff for this matchup right here. More of these little fuckers. But he's top decking. He's literally top decking. So we play nothing because we have a counterspell. We have the Warrant as well. We can send this back to the top of his deck and we can just completely disrupt him here. We'll take that hit. This Warrant is absolutely devastating for him. This is why this card is so good. Because now, not only do we deny the attack, we also gave him a very, very shitty top deck right there. And we go for a Revitalize at the end of the turn to thin a little bit. And now we are top decking ourselves. I'm going to go for the Thought Erasure just so that I can... there we go. So I can Surveil just in case I send something to the graveyard. And we can... this is the perfect moment to go for the Eldritch Reborn, which is a card that is difficult to get good value out of versus mono red because it's hard. It's very slow, right? Generally. But this is a great scenario for it. Alright, another hit to the face. And there's our boy. There's our boy!
I can move along. No time for a break.
Alright, come on now. Come on now. We can't counter that. Yet. That's a little bit underwhelming. That's not that good. Alright, Teferi, what can you do for us here?
Let's skip to the good part.
Alright, there's Settle the Wreckage. Let's call that a turn. And we just gotta survive. We gotta survive and apply Teferi's ultimate. Five, 1. Okay, so we have a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, so we can counter that. Can apply 6. And we counter that by 1. So we prevent the damage there. We're gonna card draw here.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
We are going to Cleansing Nova. And just 2 random lands here. We just need to stabilize. Our opponent just keeps stop taking damage. We do have a negate. We're still 2 turns away from being able to proc the fairy. We're going to go for the card draw again.
Let's skip to the good part.
Let's set up the search for Ascanta here. I want to keep the Cleansing Nova in case things spiral a little bit out of control, and this can also destroy an enchantment, so I want to use Settle the Wreckage here. That Legion War Boss is a really good top deck for my opponent because it is going to warrant a Nova from me. I will keep that in my library, thank you. I will transform because I need the health.
Keep up the pace.
Alright, let's go for this. Alright, I like that absorb. Let's go for you. Let's destroy all creatures. And then let's enable Teferi. And next turn we will go for the ultimate. And we shut him down. And we shut him down, and we are so close. We are 1 game away from reaching top 100 in Mythic rank with Esper control. It's it's been a ride. I've been a bit more try-hard this time around, even though it's kind of funny because of best of 1 ranked, you know. It's not the best environment for try-harding, to be honest, but here we are. For all them backseat gamers, I'll show you all. We're gonna keep this. We are, like I said, I generally don't keep a hand with 2 lands, but we have double Revitalize, so if we face mono red, for example, like this hand is actually pretty nice, and there we go. We draw our 3rd land. And like I said, because we have 2 sources of card draw, it's very unlikely for us to get mana screwed here. This may be another matchup against Nexus. Yes, it is. And again, the search for Ascanta there, absolutely devastating. In this matchup, it is very important to hold on to your counter spells. There are certain things that you will be inclined to counterspell right there. Oh, this may not be Nexus like that, but we would like you could be inclined to counterspell that to deny their ramp, but you know you want to counterspell their big plays, their Nexus plays, their Teferis, etc. Though I'm seeing 2 more colors for now, so that's a little bit odd. Let's drop that down there, enabling one of our absorbs here. Unfortunately, we don't really have an answer for that search for Ascanta. I'm wondering what my opponent, if he's just playing like Nexus but with a little bit of a red splash. My turn. At the end of the turn, I'm going to go for another Revitalize. Ooh. Oh shit. That's quite nutty. We're gonna pay 2 life and set that up so we can Chemist's Insight potentially. So we're in for a heavy control matchup here, it seems. And seeing this card definitely leaves me. Yeah, he's definitely Nexus. Okay, he's definitely Nexus, and he's definitely playing the Wilderness Reclamation. And we're gonna try to Chemist's Insight again. He may counteract that, but then again, we just discard cards anyways. It's not like he can capitalize on us with card draw here. The question is, does he run counter spells? He's drawing. I guess he just wants to thin through his deck. That makes sense. Cleansing Nova, very powerful there. Destroys the Gift of Paradise and the Search for Escanta. There's the Wilderness Reclamation. Does he have a counter spell here is the question.
Let's slow this. We need to move quickly.
So this guy's certainly abusing Wilderness Reclamation here. We're going to enable our Absorb because we're not sure what to expect here. He still can't Nexus, but just in case he has something. Definitely want to counter that. I don't know why he would pay the value there if he's just going to use that. That seems like a... Oh. Of course. What am I thinking? Of course, he wants to Nexus of Fate. Yeah. The problem is these are just like crazy, man. Should I preserve my counter for Nexus? But then how do I deal with two of these? Like, that's the thing. Realistically speaking, how do I deal with two of these? Ah, that's nutty. He still has 34 cards in the deck. He doesn't necessarily have to have a Nexus of Fate here, but it seems like he does. If I don't counter the second Wilderness Reclamation, then things just get completely, like, they get even worse than they are now. Like, eventually he must, like, yeah, Nexus of Fate is happening, but it's not, like, we're not being... Like, it could be worse. But I need my turn to come back to me so I can try to stabilize again. Oh dear Lord, don't tell me you have another one. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's already played so many of these, like, draw 3 cards though. Do you have another one? Are you that lucky? Like, come on, who gets that lucky? Who gets, like, so many Nexuses so early on? In before another Nexus. In before he draws into another Nexus. I mean, come on, man. You got 4 cards. Eventually. Oh, my god. Okay. I need a Cleansing Nova. A Cleansing Nova would be huge here. Oh my god, are you serious? Are you serious? You got to be kidding me. You can't have another next. Come on. Oh wait, no, he's gonna OTK me? Oh, I forgot this card is actually busted with Banefire or Expansion Explosion. Holy fuck, this card is so busted. Not with Banefire, but with Expansion Explosion.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
This card. This card is a joke. This card is actually a joke. Legitimately. What this card enables is actually preposterous. Like, I don't understand how they designed this and thought it was going to be okay for the game. Alright, let's just concede here. Because this is just ridiculous. Hello there. It's Mogwai from the future. From the Mogwai just a few seconds ago. Basically, I gotta go because I gotta go to the movies with my girlfriend, so I've ran out of time. And I did not make it to top 100. I made it to top 150, so I have to be content with that. You know, ranking to top 100 is quite the grind, and I guess I require more time to get there. I don't think I misplay too heavily, to be honest. It's just that some games you auto lose because you get mana screwed, and sometimes you run into Wilderness Reclamation, and they just go bananas on you. So I'm happy with the run I had, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the deck. Leave a like if you enjoyed this sort of video. I would have been a bit more try-hard in this one, though I generally want to be competitive and play as well as I can, right? And I'm improving as a player every day. And I always want to bring my A game, but today we brought, you know, a deck with Teferi. I know a lot of you don't like Teferi, so you don't have to worry about me featuring him in every deck by any means. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys for the support on the channel, and hopefully you enjoyed this grindy ranking session. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more, because I do upload MTG videos daily. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video.